The Emperor's healing us.
Thank you, Lieutenant Christopher. Put him through.
You did not experience a pleasant visit, Captain Burnham.
That's one way of putting it.
Then may I inquire, why still give us your dilithium?
Because we're the Federation. It's what we do. And if you need anything else, we're here. No strings attached. Well, that was a hell of a thing. Thanks, everyone. All right. Let's fly.
Welcome, everybody, to Deep Space Pride, a gay Star Trek podcast. My name is Mike. I am one of your hosts. And with me is Johnson Lee, my co-host.
Hey, Mike.
Johnson, what's going on tonight?
Well, you know what's not going on? Bad audio. That's been fixed this time.
That has been fixed this time. Apologies again to our listeners.
Well, I mean, I think you're beating yourself up a lot more than other people were.
I debated whether even to release the episode.
Oh my gosh, you're so dramatic.
Drama
queen.
It was horrible.
It was fine. Like
it was
I feel
echoey.
we've done worse. We've recorded episodes on our iPhones.
That wasn't that bad. But this was horrible. I mean, clearly my webcam mic is subpar. I love my webcam, but I am really shocked by the quality of the mic. But yeah, so we fixed it. It was a settings issue. All is well this week, and we're using the right mic this time, and so audio quality should be normal.
Better.
Midland. Yes, better.
Middling.
So middling. So it's Thanksgiving week. We're gonna get this out a little early this week, and it's Tuesday night. Yeah, I mean it's Tuesday night. We're recording on a Tuesday night before Thanksgiving in the U.S. Happy Thanksgiving to all of our American listeners.
Yes, just the U.S. Nowhere else.
Nowhere else. Yes,
but yes, happy Thanksgiving. Preemptive Thanksgiving.
Yeah, so we are going away. You're going away.
Am I going away? I'm seeing my mom in Staten Island on, as I like to call it, the island.
The island.
The island. What about you? You're going to see your sister?
We're going to my sister's in Massachusetts, driving up on Thanksgiving morning. Hoping to leave early enough to avoid too much kerfuffle with traffic, holiday traffic.
And when are you guys back?
We're coming back Saturday night sometime.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we've got brunch plans. We're gonna put up the Christmas tree and a tree decorating party at
my place,
Mr. Johnson Lee's. Yes.
So there's gonna be forced participation in ornament making.
You've prepared us. You've shown us the pictures of what we're doing. So yes,
it's happening.
It's happening. So yeah, and that's the holiday weekend, and then we're back to work on Monday.
Oh, misery.
Yes,
it'll be fine. I'm looking forward to the days off. That'd be nice.
Yes. Yeah. I think Dennis is very excited about going to the Rentham premium outlets. I don't know why we've been to outlet places before, but this is in the town next door to where my sister lives, so he's excited about this on Black Friday.
Okay, you guys gonna go on Black Friday?
It's just gonna be a nightmare. It's a nightmare.
Has he not heard of Cyber Monday?
He has not. No.
Mm.
So
What do you
yeah.
guys need? Like junk?
No. I would like to get another pair of like nice jeans.
Okay,
And
that
maybe
works.
maybe some nice t-shirts.
Okay,
So yeah,
cool.
just just some regular clothes. As we're moving back into doing more in-person things,
Mm-hmm.
it's nice to have more fresh clothes.
I want coral.
That's unexciting.
It's
And,
very exciting.
and you'll probably have to explain to our listeners
I
why.
think I've explained it before.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
know.
I'm just
Yes.
a saltwater aquarium enthusiast for those of you who don't know. And well, right now I have two fish tanks. One that just started, it has nothing in it. Actually, I did put a fish in and then it died. And then that's a story for another day. But I do
Well,
have
that is
other
the
fish tanks.
story. There is nothing more to
There's
it
nothing else.
other than you've killed another fish.
It happens all the time.
I know.
Yeah, I don't even feel anything anymore. It's just like, but it is kind of more like money down the drain. That's what I'm feeling. And then I do have my other fish tank that I need to no, it's pretty stocked already. But I do want a couple of additional items in there. But that's it.
Have the fish returned to said tank?
Yeah. You'll
Oh,
see them
okay.
on Sunday.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. It's very alive. They're like swimming around. They get a little territorial once in a while. They like have a scuffle and then they return to their normal routines. So
Okay. All
yeah.
right. The anemone has not eaten anybody.
No, but my clownfish has bonded with the anemone, and is very happy in it. So you'll get to see
Okay.
it snuggle in the anemone. It's very cute.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
It's very adorable, but it doesn't always get into the anemone. Like it sleeps in an anemone, and if you go up to the fish tank and make big motions with your hands to kind of scare it, it'll go into the anemone.
okay. So if
Like
you
you have to
torture
big
it,
motions,
if you
So
torture it, it will go back to the anemone.
because I get scared, and then it's like it's safe haven. So,
Do you name your fish? No.
no,
Do you name? No.
no,
No. So
no.
they don't have names or personalities.
They do have personalities, but I don't name them.
Okay.
Fish actually have interesting personalities.
Okay.
So we can. That's
All right.
another discussion. That
is
can be
another
our
discussion.
saltwater reef keeping podcast that we can start.
Yes.
That we can publish on.
I can't wait for that. That'll come out in 2035, I think, is a good year for that.
2035.
Yeah, I think that's a good year.
So, what is it you want me to do?
Simple. Conduct your warp flight tomorrow morning, just as you planned.
Why tomorrow morning?
Because at 11 o'clock, an alien ship will begin passing through this solar system.
Alien, you mean extraterrestrials? More bad guys?
Good guys. They're on a survey mission. They have no interest in Earth. Too primitive.
Oh.
Doctor, tomorrow morning when they detect the warp signature from your ship and realize that humans have discovered how to travel faster than light, they decide to alter their course. And they make first contact with Earth, right here.
Here?
Actually, over there.
It is one of the pivotal moments in human history, Doctor. You get to make first contact with an alien race. And after you do, everything begins to change.
Your theories on warp drive allow fleets of starships to be built, and mankind to start exploring the galaxy.
It unites humanity in a way that no one ever thought possible when they realize they're not alone in the universe. Poverty, disease, war, they'll all be gone within the next 50 years.
But unless you make that warp flight tomorrow morning, before 11:15, none of it will happen.
And you people, you're all astronauts on some kind of Star Trek.
2035. Speaking of 2035, yesterday, it was like completely unrelated. Yesterday was the 25th anniversary of Star Trek First Contact.
Wow.
November 22nd, 1996.
Wow.
So, Mike, I wanted to ask you, do you remember where you were November 22nd, 1996? I mean, I didn't see it till the 23rd on a Saturday, but
I don't remember when I saw it. I mean,
how could you not remember? It was such a good movie. It is arguably the best TNG movie.
I would agree. Yeah, no, I don't have a strong memory with Star Trek movies in the theater. I think now I would, because if when the next movie comes out in 2023, we'll probably go to see it together.
Sure.
So we'll talk about it on the podcast. So I mean, there's
I remember First Contact, I remember Insurrection, I remember Nemesis.
Wow.
Generations I saw on VHS that I did not see in theater.
Yeah, I don't really have a strong memory of. I know roughly where I was. I was living in Connecticut at the time, teaching, and doing a year of teaching. And I think I went. I possibly went with the priest that I was working for at the time, who I believe was also a Star Trek fan. But
you're like vaguely recollecting.
I'm vaguely recalling this. There are parts of my life which are unknowingly blacked out, or
oh dear,
my memory has deteriorated. Yeah, I don't. But I'm trying to think, like, where did I see the other movies, and I can't even think of those. So, I think being a solitary Star Trek fan for so long, I just didn't associate where and when I saw them with, because I didn't have anybody to associate with and talk about it afterwards, really. So yeah, it was just, and then after seeing it so many times on, VHS and DVD and on demand and everything, just trying to think back to when I first saw it, I can't even really recall it. But what do you remember about 25 years ago?
25 years ago. It's true. So it's interesting. So I remember really anticipating. I remember the anticipation. It was intense.
Oh,
for First Contact.
It was intense.
The marketing did a great job. I was obsessed with like the posters. Do you recall the two posters? One was the Enterprise E just like flying over the Borg cube, and then there was the one with the Star Wars like headshots, big headshots.
I remember the headshots one. I don't remember the other one.
Teaser poster. I will pull it up.
Okay.
First Contact teaser poster. And it was just and the TV promos, I was like getting really excited. I was like, my God, I'm so excited. And then I did not see it opening day. I saw it the day after. And I remember being in Chinese school. So I was 14 at the time. And I was still attending Chinese school on Saturdays. So this was like throughout, like, I think early high school. I was in grade school and early high school. I was going to Chinese school on Saturdays. And I remember my teacher was actually a family friend. And I remember being, this is the teaser poster.
Oh yeah, of course. Okay, now that I see that. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I would definitely remember. That was also the book cover. The they did a hardcover book. Yep, that's the one that was on the hardcover book.
So I remember being in Chinese class, and I was going to be seeing the movie right after, and I remember being like really antsy, like really, really antsy. And so imagine me now, but when I'm 14, and my energy level, and like my, I'm just like jittering, right? And I just remember my Chinese school teacher was like, "What is wrong with you?" She was like, "What is wrong with you today?" I'm like, I'm very excited to go see a movie. She was like, "Okay." And I also saw it by myself, which I was totally okay with. I went to like this like theater in Staten Island on like Highland Boulevard or whatever. I think there were like probably like 10 other people in the theater.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's not, Staten Island, whatever. And it was kind of like like a early afternoon showing. So it wasn't like, it wasn't packed. But it was great. I remember like when Data, like at the end, he breaches like the warp core and like the coolant leak, whatever.
Yeah, of course.
I remember someone in theater was like, yeah, or something. I was like rolling my eyes, but like it was so good. It was so good. Did I see it again? I'm trying to think. I think I only saw it once. Yeah. But yeah, that was 14-year-old Johnson.
There we go.
He's really excited about Star Trek.
Being
It was amazing.
Little,
it was amazing. It was such a good movie.
Young little nerd Johnson.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm like adult nerd, but whatever.
No,
now being a nerd is cool. Back then it was not cool. Now it's
correct.
Like,
yes. Yeah. Back then
nerds have taken over the world.
Yes.
So
yes, we have. Yeah. Wow. Well, that's cool. That's a nice memory.
Yeah. I will like never forget it.
Yeah.
But yeah, just wanted to ask you since the anniversary was yesterday. So 25 years.
Yeah, it is by far, I think, the out of the 4 next gen movies, probably the best.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We can talk about this again when it's the 50th anniversary.
So maybe I'll remember talking about the 25th anniversary, but I won't actually remember seeing the movie in theaters originally. Yes.
Correct.
Well, hopefully we'll have plenty more movies, and obviously we'll have plenty more TV to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see this advent calendar from Eagle Moss?
I saw it. So I think I saw it when they announced it like a while ago. I remember when it was first kind of teased back. I think it was like the spring or summer. It was like a while ago.
Yeah, it was a
like,
long time ago.
It's like a monstrosity. And yeah, I guess now did it just get released? Is that why you're bringing it up?
Yeah, I think it's been released. I mean, I've seen a couple reviews.
It's been shipped basically.
Yeah, I think, well, it's on, it's on some websites for reviews and whatnot. Yeah, I thought, I thought for some reason that it was going to be smaller, and it was going to be a little bit more like small little boxes with something in it. And this is not the case. It actually is. It's massive. Looks enormous.
It's really big.
It's huge. And it's $149.
It's serious.
Yeah. I mean, that's, for 25 little tchotchkes, as you would call them.
That's a lot of shit. Like, that's a lot of stuff,
Yeah, I mean, I saw a couple of images. I mean, there's socks, there's a mug.
Mm-hmm.
So those aren't necessarily tchotchkes. Those are like, I mean, socks are practical. A mug is practical.
It's stuff that you don't need.
Okay, well, I mean, if you need a mug, I mean, why not?
Oh my god, the last thing I need is another collector's mug.
So I'm anxious to see what else is in it. I mean, I'm definitely not going to get it. I don't need all that little stuff either, but I'm sort of more like, if I want something specific, I'll get it. Versus, kind of having 25 things that
like the Wrath of Khan pin.
Yes, like the Wrath of Khan pin, exactly. It came out, I ordered it. I think it's beautiful. Fansets did a great job with it, but Eagle Moss is also a great company. I'm anxious to see. They also showed some promotional or early images of some of the 32nd century starships that are going to be part of the Starship collection. So
okay. How are they going to do the like not connected nacelles?
So they've got clear plastic connectors that hold it in place. So, which I think is pretty ingenious. I mean, obviously they know what they're doing. But I already have. I mean, I have the Enterprise from Discovery. I do actually have the Discovery. It's in storage right now. But I don't know if I need the Discovery A or not. The Void, and we're going to talk about it soon. I mean, the Voyager was once again in the premiere of Discovery. So I can't remember if the Discovery is the Voyager is one of them or not, but I think it was, but I'm not sure. So I'm excited to see these. I sort of want to see them on display. Maybe I'll go down to Forbidden Planet someday and see if they're on display in Forbidden Planet.
What?
Forbidden Planet is a cool like comic book store slash.
Oh, is that the one
sci-fi.
like? Is it near Times Square?
No, it's in Union Square.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
whatever.
It's like 2 blocks from Union Square.
Oh, okay.
So might want to check that out. Go there and check that out. Yeah, so I think that's it for news. We've got a lot of Star Trek to talk about. Besides,
there is a whole lot of shit of Star Trek. There's just a lot of Star Trek.
Yeah, so why don't we start out?
I do not like this.
What?
I do not.
What are you
like
looking at?
This Eagle Moss thing.
Which thing?
The nacelles. I'm looking at this image.
Oh, which one? Share it and show me what you're looking at.
Yeah,
What are you looking at?
I'm looking at, and it's on IGN.
Oh, okay.
It's like there's like all this, a lot of plastic.
Yeah. Well, so the 2 middle pieces are holding the Discovery, which is the same, which is how they do all of their ships.
Yeah, but I don't like that. It's like now there's a lot of plastic because it also needs to hold the floating nacelles.
The floating nacelles.
Whatever.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna be getting this shit anytime soon. Just saying. Anyway. Oh, Book's ship is cool.
Oh yeah.
All right, whatever. Oh, I hate the plastic. I hate plastic. All right, whatever.
Oh, there's the Voyager J right there.
Yes. The Voyager J.
Yep.
Yep.
That looks
all right. In any case,
that looks cool.
Fine.
Anyway, so that's coming out. Some Discovery Hero Collector starships, and
cool. All right. Well, let's get going because it's
we got a lot to talk about
by the time we finish.
Yeah, I know, right? So let's start with wrapping up our short little stint of Star Trek Prodigy promo and talk about Terror Firma.
It's called a mekler. It's a Klingon weapon. If warriors didn't make it off this planet, it doesn't bode well for us.
You know, for the record, I don't care about my parents.
I didn't say you did.
All my life, people ask me what species I am. As if I give it a name, they'd treat me differently. Usually I make something up, because, really, who would know? But just once, instead of being asked, I just wish someone out there could tell me.
You want something that no one can give you. And I want something I may never get.
So, that thing, you control it with your mind? Cool.
An heirloom. The only thing my father ever gave me.
Who uses an unfinished escape shuttle to jump out of a moving starship? Thought I was the one who didn't think ahead.
So I love the title.
Yes, you do. You keep on saying.
I was falling over myself. It was so good.
I do like the title as well, although I think a nice subtitle would be The Murder Planet.
Sure.
Which I thought was a nice title or name of the planet that they decided on in the crew decided to call it finally. Mm-hmm. Although Rock wanted to call it Larry.
That's right.
So what did you so Planet Larry / Murder Planet. But what did you think about episode 5 of Prodigy?
Yeah, I really liked this episode after 2 episodes where we were both kind of what? Yeah. I thought that this was really good. And it was only 24 minutes or something. It was they fit a lot in. They resolved a lot more than I thought they would. I thought that we would be left with another big cliffhanger. And no, we weren't. I mean, obviously there's more story to tell, but it left us in a good place where,
yes,
we don't have a choice. We have to wait like 8 weeks, basically. Maybe last 6 weeks, maybe 6 weeks or something, whatever. It's a decent chunk of time. I don't know how kids are gonna do that. Like, it's like, okay, but in any case, I thought that this was, I feel this is when Prodigy is firing on all cylinders. I think that it can be a really strong show. I think that the last 2 episodes were just not as tight. This just had a lot going on, and we had great moments of like character development, like some good interactions between the characters. Gwen had a redeeming moment, obviously. We got to see more of John Noble, my favorite. Because we haven't seen much of John Noble, to be honest, since the premiere. Like, we got a little bit of him in episode 3. He wasn't even present in episode 4. We just got Dreadnought or whatever, the robot cyborg, whatever. So it was nice to have him back and for him to have a presence on the show. And it was like, a little bit of that tension between like father-daughter was great. Gwen feeling conflicted about her loyalties was great. Like Dow's kind of stepping up. Like, obviously he was conflicted, but he decided to step up and like help Gwen out and, repay her. Like, there was just like a lot of these like moments that were like, that really paid off. And like Janeway was great too. Janeway like finally did something. Like, I was just like,
yeah.
oh God. Like, she was like, when she was like alone on the ship, and she was like, all right, what can I do? Like, what would the real Janeway do? And she was like, she would clean house. I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what Janeway would do. There were moments like that where I was like, everyone got like a lot of these characters got like big character moments that I thought really paid off. And obviously seeing the Protostar finally activate the Protostar engine was also really rewarding. So I thought it was a really good episode. There was just like a lot of good moments. The murder planet, the diviner or whatever. Like, it was all great.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. This was my favorite episode of the last 3 for sure.
Okay. The bar is very low because there really hasn't been much to compare to, but sure.
No, I think when I first watched it, we were texting, and I said, this is back to premiere level quality. And I think as you were talking, I was thinking about what you were saying, and I was like, this episode really focused on the crew coming together, whereas the last 2 episodes were all about them being on their own, sort of, and doing their own thing. And so I think that's
actually similar to Lower Decks too, when everyone's kind of doing their own shit. Like, it really weakens the episode, but when everyone's kind of like, everyone has like the same like objective, and they're coming together, and it really gives you a strong storyline to work with.
Yeah, I think that's what, as we're seeing more and more of this, I think that's what we love about Star Trek, is this idea of people coming together, people from different backgrounds, different cultures, and working together. And I think that's a great example, and I think that's one of the things that Star Trek does the best. And so when we get to see it, it makes everything else better. I think for this one, it lights the hope that, that they'll come together, that they'll be successful, that we knew they would get away, obviously, or else there wouldn't be a show. But, we do see some great moments, although, it's funny. You remember the redemption of Gwen and Dal kind of saving her. When I think of it, I think of like how he treated her initially, and like, she's the one that we're responsible to. She's got a broken leg. Like, don't let her slow us down. So there's still a little bit of that, but I think that's very
yes.
Yeah. I think but then you see Rock caring for her and offering help, which was refused. But so I think those moments where characters are caring about each other and helping one another are really important. So that was really good, I think. Yeah, seeing Janeway do some stuff. So there were a couple of moments, and I can only remember one, but there was the So once Dreadnought gets on the planet and is chasing them, I love the homage to the Lord of the Rings when they're all crouched underneath the tree.
Oh yeah, no, I noticed that too.
And Dreadnought is right over them, but can't see them.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool. So kudos to the animators for that. I thought that was really cool. There was also one other like callback. I'm trying to remember what it was to other movies. I think it was Star Trek Into Darkness when the Rev 12 was chasing down the protostar, right? And it's sort of a callback to both the Discovery season 3 finale when Osiris' ship is swallowing the Discovery. The Rev 12 is also trying to swallow the protostar. But when I first saw that piece, I was thinking of Into Darkness when when the Vengeance is chasing down the Enterprise trying to head back to Earth for help.
Yes. And they're kind of in like this like warp tunnel
warp tunnel thing. Yeah.
I don't know, like whatever.
So I got Star Trek Into Darkness vibes from that, which I thought was kind of cool. I loved seeing the proto warp engine come online. I thought that was really cool. And I caught it the second time watching it that they called it proto warp. So that was cool. I
need to understand what that is equivalent to on the warp scale, or is it equivalent to slipstream or transwarp or one of those other made up things?
Yep. Yeah. I don't know that we'll get that, but maybe we will. Maybe maybe someone will explain it. But I thought that was really cool.
And this was interesting because it raises questions for me from a continuity standpoint, because this obviously is a prototype Starfleet design where they are using a protostar as an energy source for the warp engine. And I'm like, did that ever translate to later ships? And why do we get the burn then? Why was that a problem? The burn is still a problem for me. I do not obviously we're not talking about Discovery right now, but it still shocks me that the dilithium issue was such an issue. It doesn't make any sense to me, because we've been just introduced to so many other, including in Prodigy, so many other sources of energy, fuel, that they just decided to go with it, but it doesn't really make any sense.
I definitely hear you, and we'll get to Discovery in a few minutes, but having just rewatched the finale from last season and all of that before I watched the premiere episode, it brings up all of that stuff about the burn.
There's many questions.
Yeah. But going back to the proto warp engine, I mean, I think that's cool. It'll be interesting to see if that somehow ties into a new form of warp in the 32nd century, because
that will be interesting.
Yeah, but So the other thing too is it may have been assumed to be a failure because the protostar was lost.
Yeah,
with all hands, or maybe all hands beamed off before. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe
don't know.
Yeah, we don't know what happened to the protostar. So. More to come, I hope, about the history of the protostar, but who knows? We'll see. So that was cool, and I like the way that it left the arc. Obviously, we have a kind of a 5-episode arc here. So kudos to the writers for creating this little mini arc, and so we'll, now it sort of makes sense why we're having a little bit of a break after episode 5. I thought that ending it on that note was a good note. I was really happy that they saved Gwyn, although I knew they would, but it was nice to see them doing it, and for Dal to say, we're doing this because we owe you one.
Yeah.
So it's also,
Gwyn, I don't know, it's a foreshadowing. We talked about this last week, but she was in the captain's chair.
She was, yes.
And I'm sure there's gonna be a little bit of infighting between Dao and Gwen at some point.
Yeah, she knew how to turn on the engine, basically.
I mean, it definitely makes more sense for her to be the captain, just based upon skill alone and knowledge alone than Dao, who's completely incompetent and is immature. But
yeah,
I'm just saying. But no, I mean, she knew how to operate things, which is very helpful.
Which we saw last episode too.
Yeah.
She does know how to operate these very intuitively. So it's interesting what kind of training, I wonder, what the diviner put her through to be so adept at taking over these systems so easily. So,
but did you also catch though that the diviner at the end knew what they did? He was like, oh, they activated the protostar.
Yeah.
So he knew full well like what happened. So he obviously knows more about the ship than just, oh, there's like a random lost Federation vessel somewhere that we need to find, like he knows more about it.
Yeah, I definitely caught that. There was something else someone said, maybe it was him. Yeah, there's some other reference to the protostar that I thought was also like foreshadowing or some, I can't remember the exact scene. I'll have to think about it as we continue talking, but there was another instance where I thought there was something said that indicated like we know what this is and we know what it can do and why we want it.
It is really small though, I mean, compared to the diviner ship anyway.
No, it's very small, right? And what is it? I forget what I was gonna say.
Wow, that's helpful. All right, why don't you think about that for a little bit?
But yeah, I thought it was a really enjoyable episode, and thankfully they left us on a good note into a mid season break or whatever they were calling.
Eye roll.
Still not really understanding this, but whatever.
Whatever. It's fine. We've talked about it ad nauseum at this point.
Yes, so. Paramount is doing things that nobody really understands these days, except making Star Trek, which is fine. Keep doing that.
Which is fine. Yes, keep on making Star Trek. Keep on putting money into it.
Yep. So anything else about the episode? I think that everyone kind of got a little bit of a, oh, they did find a Klingon ship, which I thought was interesting.
Oh, yeah. I totally meant to talk about that. I was like, what?
Yeah, Klingon bird of prey crashed on the planet. So
I was like, I do not understand. I'm very confused. So they're in the Herodian system and there's a Klingon ship here. I'm like, why? Like, I really feel like I need more answers as to why that is. And they kind of just like, they're very like blasé about it. They're like, oh, Klingon rations. I'm like, what? Yeah. And it's like very matter of fact. And I was like, excuse me? Like, and I was like clutching my pearls, right? I was like, why is there a Klingon ship in the Delta Quadrant?
An old Klingon ship. I mean, it's not, it's the last time we saw this was probably 10 years before, at least. The last time we saw this was Lursa and Bator's bird of prey that was recycled from Star Trek 6 blowing up for for generations.
I just feel it's going to be one of those things that we don't get an answer to.
Yeah,
which annoys me, but
yeah, I mean, maybe eventually we'll get some of these answers in a book form, like maybe a dumbed down version of a tech manual, or or all about Prodigy book or something. Who knows? But I
totally forgot about that. I was gonna bring that up because it like bugged me and I needed to vent about it.
But I didn't have a problem with thinking that the Klingons died on that planet. I mean, I think.
Oh no, that's fine. But I was just like, why are the Klingons here? Like, that
absolutely.
was more.
Yeah, in the Herodian system, and we've not seen any Herodians.
Maybe the caretaker also brought those Klingons here. Who knows?
Oh,
now I'm just making shit up. That's possible.
That is possible. You're right. That is totally possible.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't they bring the Equinox there too?
Yeah. Good job.
Yeah. So they could have bought tons of ships from the Alpha Quadrant.
Yeah. So it's totally possible.
Yeah, absolutely. That's not a bad. I'll accept that. I'll take that. That's the explanation right there. Done.
Well, we need to get explanations as to. I'm gonna start making a list because we got occasion in episode 1. Obviously, we have a Tellarite and a Medusan, who are both Alpha or Beta Quadrant species.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, we know that it's been for multiple times that there was a Tellarite sleeper ship. So in the case of what's his face? I don't remember.
Jenkin Pog?
Yes, such a non-character to me. I don't remember his name. In his case, probably a Tellarite sleeper ship that was sent to the Delta Quadrant. Fine.
Sure, yeah.
Okay. But why is there a Medusan there? Now why are there Klingons there?
Right.
I need answers. But
there's a lot of
questions.
A lot of questions. So we'll have to wait and see if we get
any answers.
Somehow I don't think so. I think it's just sort of. I think it's sprinkled in references to greater Star Trek, right?
They should have then sprinkled in more like Delta Quadrant characters, or it's an Ocampan ship or something.
So anything else about this episode that kind of sticks out for you? I think we've covered just about everything.
Yeah, I think we covered everything.
Yeah. It's I wonder what's next. I wonder where this proto warp is going to take them to. Maybe we meet Captain Chakotay.
Maybe. Oh my God. By the time it comes back, I'll be 40.
Oh, yes, you will.
It's over.
You may never see the continuation of this. You may die before you're.
I may die at 40.
You may die at 40. That's not true, but. All right. Well, there we go. So Star Trek Prodigy, episode 5. We're on a break now from Prodigy, and now all we've got is Discovery. And let's move into talking about episode 1 of season 4 of Star Trek Discovery, Kobayashi Maru.
That's always Kobayashi Maru. Is it Maru?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just
whatever. It's a made up word.
Yeah, it's a made up word. It's Kobayashi Maru. Yeah, I don't know.
3 dead, 4 wounded,
and 9 who get to go home. Never gets easier. Kobayashi Maru.
You're Starfleet?
No. Just flew cargo for my dad all over the sector. Taught me the value in meeting people or circumstances where they are.
The test is rigged, Kobayashi Maru. They don't tell you that up front. So when you fail, you go back to your quarters and all you can think about is how you want to retake it. How you can be the one to beat it. Then you realize you never will.
Yeah, hence the lesson. Acceptance. There are things beyond your control. As captain, you mitigate that as much as possible.
I can't mitigate life and death. I lead to bring everyone home.
Leadership is about balance. Knowing what weight is yours to carry and what isn't. You just don't see that yet.
There was a lot in this episode. What were your first impressions, Mike?
My first impression was I really enjoyed the cold open, right?
Which was very, and other podcasters have said this, but even when I was watching it, I was like, this is very Into Darkness. Like that first scene. Do you not remember?
Yeah.
Into Darkness?
Of course, yeah.
When it was, they were trying to save this indigenous tribe of people. And
right.
Kirk and McCoy, and then Spock was like in the volcano.
Yeah. Yep.
And it was like there's like red, very red planet, a lot of red trees. It was very like graphical, like, you know, a lot of color blocking going on. And there was like this chase, like it really reminded me of that.
That's a good call out. I did not place that, but I can totally see that. Yes. I liked it because it gave us one. I mean, later on in the episode, we learned that we're 5 months down the road from the end of the last season. So that's a good knowledge of where we're at. But I also think it's great to see like just a glimpse of what Discovery has been trying to do over the last 5 months, which is start to rebuild the Federation.
I like
delivering. It was just a nice little snapshot. Like we see what they've been doing. Like they basically have had 20 or 30 or 50 episodes, you know, mini episodes of this happening for the last 5 months. This is what they've been doing.
Right.
Sort of what they've been doing. You know, it's their job.
And I like there's a little bit of like strange new worlds, like, you know, a species never seen, you know, it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Just to kind of be kind of almost like, obviously this is like a new species, but kind of like almost like exploring again. There was something I liked about that.
Yeah, and it was interesting. I thought that they took book ship in versus, you know, riding the whole Discovery into it. But so there was that interesting part of her doing it with book, and you know, which I know is is good, but it would have been. I don't know that we needed to see book right up front, but I guess, you know, it's fine. I mean, I did.
Well, it's because he's obviously going to have a very important arc this season.
Yes, absolutely.
And they wanted to put it in front and center. But then also, I think, wasn't there a whole thing where she was like, can't you speak to the butterflies or something?
Yes. She wanted him to use his empathic abilities to connect with the
butterfly people.
I forget what they're called. Tillions or something.
I don't recall it.
But I thought it was just a nice little mini episode of what they've been doing. They solve the problem. They, you know, they don't fire. She, you know, she really sticks to her guns about what they're trying to do. And it's great to see, you know, so one of the questions that I've had is who's this first officer? And I don't know. Is it Reese? I mean, Who's
I
second?
thought it was Reese. I mean, he takes a con.
Yeah, so is Reese the acting second officer? He's not wearing red, so so that question kind of. I mean, obviously we're sort of leaving it open for Saru, obviously, but you know, that's sort of a question that I thought we should have probably had an answer to. I don't know that she could have gone 5 months without a first officer. So. You know, that's one thing I thought that was sort of a miss for me anyway, but I thought it was, you know, a great solution, great way to give an example of how the Federation has been building over these last 5 months.
Yeah.
Which we learn, you know, has gone from 38 to 59 or something like that members.
I like that they found like a diplomatic solution to the problem. You know, they didn't fire back. A science solution. It was science. Yes, it was very sciencey, which I enjoyed. I thought that it got fixed a little too quickly. I was like, the Dot 23s like fixed the entire satellite system in like 3 minutes. I was like, it's a little convenient and quick, but sure. Yeah, fine, whatever. It's like just based upon like the expanse of it, I was like, there might be like thousands of satellites. You know, I'm like, I don't know, whatever. Yeah, no, yeah, you're right there. Yeah, or I'm wondering if just one or a few of them powered a bunch of them. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. But I did really enjoy the rapid fire of the conversations. It's always like that though. They're very rapid fire, like between Tilly and Stamets, and you know them all trying to figure it out and solve the problem really quickly. I thought that was really, really good. It gave a really good opening to the season, I thought. So and then we get the title sequence, same tune, which is fine. I'm moving on. You've accepted it. They're not going to change the main title theme. They did change the visuals, which was interesting. They always do that. Yes, they do. Yep. Yeah. So you notice some of the visual changes because this season we
this time they've changed the look of Discovery to the free floating nacelles, and I was sort of paying attention to details like that. So I thought that was really good. And then then we get into the whole idea of Starfleet Academy, and also just more book and Sonequa kind of chatting amongst themselves, and we are
a little bit of lovey-dovey,
a little bit of lovey-dovey, a little bit
not
of
too much
a little not a lot of PDA, but a nice, right away we learn kind of her nemesis before we even meet her nemesis.
Right,
we hear about her nemesis.
Well, the thing about Burnham is that she is not a big fan of authority figures, right? Like she's not really, like, she rebels against that. So I think that she also doesn't trust, like, I think, politicians. So I think that this being, like, she's a newly elected Federation president. Okay, so this was one issue that I had with this episode, is that they had very public, like, barbs, like, thrown at each other. Like, there was one that was, like, totally unnecessary and shady and completely just, in my mind, almost inappropriate, when Burnham was coming back, and the Federation president had, what was the commander's name? Commander Nelson or something like that. The one on the ship that was, like, the one on the station that was, like, freaking out.
Oh, Nallus.
Yeah. And remember, there's a scene where the Federation president was trying to, like, connect with him, right? And he wants you home again, blah blah. And then Burnham, I was like, bitch, it's not necessary. That tea is not necessary. Like, she was like, open a comm to the president. I'm like, okay. And then she's like, publicly, the whole bridge crew can hear. She's like, did you lie? I'm like, what? Doesn't even matter. She was, like, trying to, like, diffuse the situation. Why does it matter if she lied or not? Like, I was just like, that it was almost, like, petty. Like, but I feel that they, like, are trying to set them up to be, like, enemies. But there were these scenes where I'm like, this is, like, completely unnecessary drama. Like, there's no, like, I don't actually think, like, I'm actually not the biggest, as people know on this podcast, I'm not a big Michael Burnham fan, but I don't even think she would do that. Like, like, publicly confront the president about being, like, saying something to diffuse a very tense situation. And you had to, like, lie, but you were trying to make connection to this person who was literally gonna, like, shoot someone, like, so what if she lied? Like, why make it a scene? So
I agree. I feel like
I don't think Michael Burnham, again, she's a little dramatic for me, but I don't think she would actually do that. Like, I don't personally. I don't know.
And you haven't been her biggest fan, and I have been her biggest fan, but I actually felt a little disappointed in how judgmental she was in this episode. And I felt like it was a newer thing to some extent, or seemed to be on.
Was this kind of immature? Like, I don't know. Like, it was just petty and immature, and I didn't. It was, even for me, it felt out of character for her.
Yeah, I felt like after 5 months of being a captain, you're still new. You're still new, but if 5 months in a new job, like, you just started a new job this year, right? 5 months in, you may not have felt completely comfortable, but you had settled in, and you were a little bit more comfortable, I would say. And I think 5 months after coming into a captaincy, I would expect her to be a little more comfortable in the chair, and it sort of still seems a little I don't know that she's unsure of herself. I think she's overly confident in herself, almost to a fault, to some extent, but she doesn't seem to really have been chilled out, and also to judge someone. I get it. I don't like politicians. I'm probably very similar, but I probably would treat them with a little more respect.
Right. Especially
up front.
she did diffuse the situation. You know, she was
Yeah,
able to
yeah, I wouldn't
resolve
have.
it.
Yeah. I also wonder
And
if that whole "were you lying" thing was a retaliation for the earlier. See, when you said inappropriate conversations, I thought you were going to say the president questioning the captain on the bridge of a starship during the middle of a mission. I would say is more inappropriate than
see, but I don't know,
Burnham.
because Michael as captain should not be like she basically just left the bridge, like you know, and it was a breach of protocol. So
Yeah, I would agree.
For the president to say that, she was also not. I don't think she was necessarily like she wasn't necessarily doing it out of shadiness, but it was for the safety of the crew and the ship. You know, for it's important for the captain to be in control of the situation in emergency. So for her to leave the ship, pilot Evie.
I don't disagree with that. I think that questioning her on her own bridge was the break in protocol. Was the
But if an admiral was on the bridge,
but she's not an admiral. She's the president of the Federation. Granted,
which is even,
I guess, more powerful. I don't know, but
you know,
I just think that I thought it was inappropriate of her as someone like that on the bridge questioning the captain, doing something, taking action.
But I mean, at the same time, what's she gonna do? Like, hey, can we have a quick powwow in your conference room in an emergency situation? She was like about to leave the bridge. Like Michael Burnham was about to step out, you know, and the president was like, "Hold on a minute, you know, is this the best idea for you to be leaving right now?" You know.
Yeah.
It was a tense situation. I'm not quite sure what the most appropriate action would have been.
Yeah.
Either.
I guess I was affronted by her asking that on the bridge, like questioning her on the bridge. I took that personally.
Well, I didn't have an issue with that because she was a more superior authority figure. And this is an emergency situation where Michael Burnham probably shouldn't be leading the bridge.
Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree with that for sure. You know, it's just, yeah, I just think timing and I don't know, it rubbed me the wrong way about her. And I think that conversation that then Burnham has is sort of a retaliation, like her expressing, because I think how I'm feeling about that scene is how Burnham felt about that scene. And therefore, when she was trying to connect with Nallus and you know, again, that was sort of like, that would be me, I could see myself, like, if I was already annoyed with her, I could see that me doing that too, like questioning her, not over the bridge, but you know,
it's also kind of like,
it's a little petty.
But she didn't do anything wrong, you know, like, it was just like, she was just causing, like, she was being immature.
Yeah, she was being immature because she was doing the same thing that the president did to her. She was questioning the president.
The same. Like,
okay,
in my mind, like Michael Burnham was literally breaching protocol while the president was diffusing. It was almost like a hostage situation, you know?
Yeah, I guess also too. I don't know that the president of the Federation is exactly the knowledge base on all of the protocols of, you know, running a starship. You know, I think a politician telling a starship captain what to do. Granted, she keep on saying like, I drove freight ships for my father. Fine, okay, we get it. You have some basis in space. Okay, we get it. I don't know. I don't think Burnham handled it well, but I also don't think the president handled it well, to be honest.
Okay.
I thought it was.
I think we agree to disagree. I actually think that I don't think there was a perfect solve for that situation because of like they couldn't like literally have like a 50-minute sidebar, you know, like
I agree. I think it's, you know, I agree. I think some of it was dramatic, but I also, I don't know. I kind of understand both sides of it. I mean, I hear what you're saying. I just think of myself if I were in that position and that happened and I decided that the best course of action would be for me to go do that. But I also think that this also highlights the question, like, where is the first officer? And so is the president playing the job of the first what we would assume would be the first officer in this role, which, I mean, thinking back through Starfleet history, I mean, this is the job of the first officer is to question the captain. And there really isn't anyone apparently that is doing that on Discovery. So there is that missing piece as well. So I think that sort of that fills in for us. Maybe it even highlights the vacuum of there not being a first officer. I don't know. So it's just kind of I mean, that's the situation we find ourselves in. But anyway,
well, I think that it's at the end of the day, Star Trek Discovery is a study of the character of Michael Burnham.
Yeah, absolutely, right? Yeah,
and
it is.
I think at the end, it the thankfully private conversation that they have, I think is really telling of the president's point of view, and what she's looking for in captains to kind of test new warships or whatever.
Yep.
New FTL drives and Michael. I think, and I mentioned this because that was a scene that they featured heavily in previews, but I think the president is spot on. I think that she, from this, was able to perceive Michael Burnham's character, which is basically Michael Burnham is unable to live with herself in failure. Like, she's unable to live with failure. And she needs to save everyone, which is impossible. And she goes to extremes to do that.
Yeah.
And that I really do like that quote where she's like, in these kind of situations, like, you're a pendulum, and there's a fine line between a pendulum and a wrecking ball. And I thought that's such a good line, because it's true. Like, she can easily, like, and I think that this is like going even back to season 1, like the Battle of the Binary Stars or whatever. Like, just one small decision can, start a war, right? So, yeah, I don't know. Like, we'll see where the season goes with Michael's character, but yeah, they're definitely at odds. I mean, like, but I actually really love the Federation president. I think that she has a lot of gravitas, and like, you can feel that she has presence, and I really like her as a character because she stands up to Michael Burnham, like she is able to discern her character almost immediately. Which I really appreciated.
Yeah, I mean, I find that a little disturbing, and I also feel like, okay, what's the flip side of this? Is we don't have a Admiral, or I'm just wondering, is this part of the enemy that Burnham's going to be facing? I don't know.
Oh, interesting. Politics.
Yeah, politics. So, I think that their conversation in the ready room is in Burnham's ready room, which is
and Burnham got emotional. She started tearing up. I was like, it's because she's hitting a chord with her,
Yeah. But it's also
she's so right. Like,
yeah, no, there are some really she does just point out some of Burnham's strengths and weaknesses very, very clearly. So yeah, it is a little bit of a gut punch in that sense, for sure.
I think you owe me a drink because, I mean, there wasn't like crying, but I was like, oh my God, there's so many like eyes welling up.
Well, we haven't even got to the end, which is certainly
okay, that was more appropriate. I was like, okay, like his world ended, but...
I think Burnham also suffers from the fact that she needs others' approval. And when she doesn't get it, it's hard for her. I think it's really hard for her to not have someone believe in her as much as as she believes in herself. And but the other thing I wanted to say too about Burnham is in this episode is you really get the sense that it's I don't know, I got some real Kirk flashbacks.
Oh yeah,
I think that this is
the whole Kobayashi Maru thing, like Kirk was not able to give it up because
that's true. Yeah, so I think that there's some parallels with her character and Kirk, which I kind of find a little bit refreshing. I like it. For me, it's weirdly uncomfortable though too. Maybe Yeah, I don't know why.
Right.
I mean, I love Burnham. It's not that I have any problem with her. It's yeah. I mean, she is a new captain, really. She's never been a captain, so it is a different role for her. And yeah, I mean, hopefully as we see Saru comes back next week or this week in a couple of days, we're gonna see that having the wise person to kind of balance her out will be helpful.
Yeah, I know you didn't like Saru as a captain, but I like Saru as a captain because I thought that he was much more tempered in his decision making. Maybe we didn't always agree with the decisions he made, but I thought he was much more deliberate.
Yeah, but
Michael Burnham operates much more on instinct and feeling.
Yeah.
And
I think there's a balance to be found between the two of them.
Sure.
I think that Saru as captain was a lot more cautious than he needed to be. Which I think is part of his Kelpian
which is his character.
Yeah, which is his Kelpian nature. So and to some extent Burnham is a little reckless. And I think that's also, part good and part bad of her character. So yeah, I think it's interesting. It's great to be first of all, I'm super excited that we're getting to talk about Discovery again. I mean so this is fun to kind of dig into this episode, and this is just as a slight sidebar, this is what I love. This is why we do this podcast, really, is to like dig into this stuff,
right?
And debate it and have differences of opinion. And yeah, I think what else did we see in this episode that kind of stuck out?
So we got sidetracked because you were kind of going through the plot. So we had the Starfleet Academy scene, which looked very CG to me. Like, I think it's because it was like such a massive space and there were like 12 people. It just didn't look very proportional. But
so just have you seen the behind the scenes for that yet?
No.
So it's essentially their version of what Star Wars has been doing.
Mandalorian, the LED screen.
Yeah, the LED screen.
It didn't look very good to me though. I mean, the Mandalorian also did also have like real world sets, like in addition to the LED screen. Yeah. And I mean, I can see honestly Discovery, it's all green screen. It's like I feel it's all green screen.
Yeah, there's definitely parts of it that are green screen, but there's also the idea that they're doing this in a set that the LEDs give you the light from the visual that you are seeing, so it's more immersive, which I totally get and love. And I also think of this as that is literally the first scene, the first time that they've done this. So when you think about shows like The Mandalorian and obviously probably Obi-Wan Kenobi and all these shows that are coming from Star Wars, they're learning and they're growing and they're rapidly improving this technology. Whereas this is a first iteration for Star Trek to do this.
Right.
So
honestly, hopefully, I mean, that was the only scene that stood out to me. That was like, oh my god, it's like
I mean, but
everything else is fine.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly, the special effects on the show it's bonkers. Like how much they must put into like post production and shit. Like,
yeah, definitely. I would recommend you and everyone watch the Ready Room episode. That's on Paramount Plus with Will Wheaton, and you can kind of see some of the behind the scenes stuff, including that. But yeah, I think it's it's a good start, and I love the Archer.
Oh my god! Oh yes,
off.
That was so great. The Archer space station reveal.
And we got the Archer theme.
Yes, Archer theme. I was like, oh, I feel it.
That really moved me, and then
great.
Seeing the Voyager in there as well was
yes.
That was a lot of Star Trek history in
I loved it.
30 seconds.
I felt like my heart beat.
Yep. Oh, did it? Oh, your heart.
No, it was great. It was fantastic. Yeah. I loved it. I loved that call out.
Yeah, that was great.
And yeah, so we get that, and we haven't even talked about Adira yet. Like,
no,
I feel she's become like a little more awkward or something. I don't know.
She's like Tilly.
I know. Now she's like Tilly 2.0.
Yes.
Like she can't stop talking. She's like rambling.
Yeah, I actually really liked her and Stamets' scene in the beginning when they figured things out, and he looks on her very proudly again. Like this is clearly he's still very, very protective of her. Obviously, that's when things go bonkers, he calls to ask if she's okay. Oh, and then Tilly, and then everyone else.
I do wonder where this puts Tilly. Like, I'm not quite
we
sure.
only got a very little bit of Tilly in this episode. We get
a moment at the reception. It was like the reception or something.
Reception, yeah.
Where she's kind of reflecting on her academy days.
Yeah.
But I also wonder, because she's not an ensign anymore. Well, she's not. Yeah, she's already an ensign, right? Yes.
Yes.
Now she's a lieutenant, like full grade lieutenant.
Yep.
She's not in command of the ship. We got that very briefly last season. She was in command for a short while. But she's no longer the kind of like awkward ensign anymore, right? I wonder where her place is. If she's Michael's BFF, like
sciencey, obviously science / engineering. It's kind of her role,
her
but her sweet spot.
But I guess almost like her place on the show.
Yeah, no, I agree. I totally, and this was my problem with the finale and with this part of the episode and everything, like the missing first officer. Like I think it would have been great to leave, they erased, they digitally changed her color in the finale to blue instead of red. And she's in blue on the bridge. She's a lieutenant. But yeah, I think that this is the piece that I think is really kind of lopsided about the finale and this episode is the missing first officer. And even if they could have made this Tilly as an interim just to kind of
they should just made her like XO or something.
They still would have followed Tilly. I think it would have, I think that this is a really, for me, this is the first big missed opportunity of
maybe she is the first officer because she wasn't on the bridge when Reese had to take over because she was on the station. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not clear to me.
Yeah, it's not clear, and I don't think that. Yeah, I don't think it's. I think it's a missed opportunity. Honestly, I think she should have been first officer. I think that should have been really kind of put out there and done. And even when Saru came back, I'm sure that everyone would agree that Saru would be a good first officer for Michael, and that Tilly could continue to be the second officer or whatever. Just defer to him. However that works out. Yeah, that might be uncomfortable, but I think that would have filled this gap that I feel was missing from this episode. And I agree, other than Tilly taking the away team over with Adira to fix things, you see a little bit of Tilly trying to control Nallus and do that. And she does that okay.
Yeah.
Not great.
Yeah.
She kind of pulls back a lot when she realizes that this is his station, and she respects like the chain of command and all of that, and doesn't try to go over there and take over, which I thought was pretty mature. But yeah, it's kind of an awkward role for Tilly. We don't know where she kind of fits in, and so I'm also kind of like annoyed by that. I think that that's also an annoyance for me, is like where Tilly has been all 3 seasons, a key player in this bridge crew, and I do love that they're highlighting everyone else, and the funny thing is, it's almost like Lieutenant Christopher, who we just meet in this episode. Thankfully, we get to see. I can't think of Ronnie Rowe's name on the show, but the guy that he's covering for, because he's visiting another ship, which we see. He's on the curry. I can't think of his name, but
oh, that's right.
His character's name right now, but the guy that plays him is Ronnie Rowe Jr. So he says, don't get too comfortable. That's, I'm only on the curry for 2 more days, consulting on the curry for 2 more days. So I thought that was interesting to introduce a brand new character, and like basically the first bridge scene that you get for this season. And where's Tilly? Where's Tilly's place in all this? So
yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, I mean, it's only been 1 episode, so hopefully we'll get more.
Yeah.
Of where she's at.
Yeah.
But she feels a little displaced to me. That's the only thing.
Yep, I agree. And so I thought so to kind of talk through I think the sciencey stuff is really fascinating. Like the mystery is really, it's big, and it's obviously it can knock a station. I mean, obviously we see how big it is, but at the beginning we kind of, once the Discovery jumps and you see like this big station wheeling out of control, you're like, just like the bridge crew, you're like, what the hell could do that? So I mean, we know from the teasers what's sort of
I don't know why they didn't use a tractor beam.
I don't know. I mean,
there were things about the station rescue that I have questions about, like I don't know why they didn't use a tractor beam to kind of slow down the station. I feel that they probably would have been able to. They didn't, it wasn't even suggested. So
well, the station, I mean, as you see when the Discovery extends the shields around it, the station is much larger than
the Enterprise D has used a tractor beam to redirect a stellar core fragment, just FYI, in the episode. Wait, what episode was that? Do you remember what episode that was?
It's from the first season.
Oh, it was the Masterpiece Society.
Okay.
Is when they went to a planet and it was humans had settled on the planet, and remember everyone was like genetically engineered, and Deanna Troi falls in love with like the magistrate or whatever. It was like at random, and it was like, yes, because a stellar core fragment was heading towards a planet, it was going to basically destabilize the planet's orbit. So they used a tractor beam to push a stellar core fragment by a few degrees. So if the Enterprise D can use their tractor beam to redirect a piece of a star, I think that the Discovery can maybe at least slow down, the space station. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, that's not a bad call out, but they didn't do that. So
they did not.
They did extend
because
their
they needed drama. They needed drama, which is fine. And then I was also like, okay, so, they needed to rely on the space station's escape pod, right? But I was like, does Discovery not have any shuttles? I was very confused about that.
Oh.
I was like,
maybe there's no place to dock to.
I guess.
It was near there. So I think they were.
And why can they use the transporters? Was it interference, or were the transporters offline?
There was too much interference.
No, wasn't it because the Heisenberg compensators were out of whack or something?
Oh yeah, something like that happened. Yeah.
Yes, there was an issue with the Heisenberg compensators. I specifically remember the Heisenberg compensators.
I do too.
Because Devin was like, Heisenberg compensators. Oh my god! I was like, okay, got it.
Yeah.
But the shuttles have their own. First of all, the shuttles have their own transporter systems. I don't know what they're talking about. Second of all, everyone's comm badge is a transporter, so I don't know what that's all about. The
transporters weren't. They did explain it. There was a one-off that there was too much interference. Transporters were not working.
Oh, okay. None of them were working.
Owo told Burnham that couldn't transport back.
Okay.
So they needed another plan to get back.
Okay.
They also couldn't go to a different deck because there was no atmosphere on any other deck. So they were trapped on that deck, and were basically the only way out was that shuttle pod, whatever it was, escape pod.
Okay.
Thing. So it was very specific. Like we can't go anywhere else. This is our only option.
Transport.
Yep.
We need this.
The debris had locked it or blocked the escape pod, the doors. Michael has the most.
I thought it was just the Heisenberg compensators.
No.
I need to rewatch this episode.
Yeah,
I want to say it once. Like, oh my god, the Heisenberg compensator.
Yeah, I don't know if that was part of the transporters thing, but it was
Well,
definitely
Silence is freaking out about it. So.
It was part of the problem. Yes.
Yes, it was a monolitany of issues.
Yes.
Yeah. So, wait, what were we talking about before I went off my rant? We were talking about Tilly.
We were talking about science.
Oh, we touched on Indira.
Oh yeah, but we were also talking about the sciencey big thing about
yes. Oh yes, the sciencey thing. Yes, I love science.
Yes.
I geek out on science. I was like, ooh, gravitational lensing. I know that language.
Yes.
So I am interested to see where they take this. I mean, the only thing is, look, like I know that this is going to be. I'm sure they're going to explain, like, you know, it's like light years across or something like that. But space is really big. I don't know, like the likelihood of it like hitting a planet is really tiny.
Well, it's 5. I think from the previews, it was like 5 light years abreast. So,
which is like actually, in the grand scheme of things, not that large.
Sure.
You know, when we're talking about,
well, we knew the
size of the galaxy.
We knew that Quajon was near enough to it to the sector to get to all of this. So
so yes, that whole setup with him going back home and him seeing his brother and his nephew, who's a little awkward. I was like, oh, he talks weird. He talks like a little bird. Like I was like, why are you talking like that? You know who reminded me of Game of Thrones? Robin Aaron. He was like very like. Do you remember Robin Aaron from?
I don't remember Robin Aaron. I'm trying
the Airy. Sorry, can't even speak his name. He was like really. He was Catelyn Stark's nephew, I think.
Oh, the one that was breastfeeding or whatever.
Yes.
Yep.
Like he was really awkward. Like talked weird.
This is a little kid who's even more awkward.
Very awkward.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, is he on the spectrum or something? In any case,
maybe.
I was just like, oh, he's very awkward. But you know, this whole scene where they're talking about like, oh, your family legacy. I'm like, oh my God, everyone's gonna die. Like everyone's gonna die. I can tell. I was like, it's gonna happen.
Oh, I didn't know that. I was completely surprised by that.
I was like,
until Book went up into space and it was too late. Like you saw the birds dying.
And then some, I don't know, it's a moon or another planetoid or something.
Yeah.
That got blown up. I was like, ooh. I mean, honestly, the special effects are like amazing, but
yeah, no, the moon exploding or whatever it was, the planetoid or whatever that exploded, and then his ship was hit, and then you knew that Quajon was in a lot of trouble, and
it's over.
Yeah, it was kind of sad that it was kind of sad to know. Well, probably no. I mean, no one could have survived that. I mean, the planet moved hundreds of thousands of miles away from where it was. So,
kilometers. I don't. Was it 100,000 kilometers?
Whatever it is.
These miles on this. What is this?
I don't know. Whatever, you know. Yeah, I mean, that was a shocking end. I was not expecting that. I mean, I
it was
knew
dramatic.
It was dramatic. I thought that was a really good kind of ending point for this episode. Like,
yes, I want more.
Yeah. And just the look on Book's face was.
Yes, that was appropriate for eye welling.
Yes, that was. Yes.
I was like, okay, that's fine. That's acceptable.
Yeah. So, so that's sort of where we left off. Obviously the whole crash when they escape, you know, Nallus is killed. That prompted that whole discussion with the president. So we kind of skipped over that whole piece of it, but that was quite the scene in the shuttle bay.
Oh yeah, it was a mess.
Yeah. I mean, obviously we get to see Hugh, which was great. I thought it was a really solid opening episode. It reminded me, after watching Prodigy and 10 weeks of Lower Decks, which is all comedy, or like,
oh yeah,
now we're back to serious Star Trek.
Oh yeah, very serious. Everyone's crying.
Yeah, serious Star Trek here. So yeah, I thought it was a really strong open. I watched it twice. Obviously, there's a few things that we need to go back and kind of see, but yeah, I think this is going to be interesting. Sets up a lot of great questions.
I do agree with you. Like, it's been a while since we've gotten. It's been a while since we've gotten like live action Star Trek.
Yeah.
And it was just, I have forgotten like how cinematic it is. It's just, it's become such a cinematic experience, honestly. And yeah, like that, like you're saying, that cold open, I was just like, it really set the stage well, for the show. And it's been so long. So
yeah.
Like I have my qualms with Discovery, obviously, but I did think that this was I enjoyed this season opener. Like, there are some issues with it in terms of character consistency, things like that, but overall I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, and I mean, when you think about character consistency too, I think that one thing, that I keep in mind is that this is 5 months later, so our characters have changed a little bit. They've had things that we haven't seen. Certain situations do bring out people's character flaws. I think that this was a really strong example of how this sort of whole incident kind of brought some of Michael's character flaws to light. Kind of her. She's only been a captain for 5 months. And
right.
So she's still kind of like acting and thinking normally, and I think that I felt like it was mostly normal. I think the only thing I was shocked by was just how judgmental she was of the president. I think that's and I was judgmental of her too, but by her actions, not before we met her. So I think I love seeing more of the bridge crew.
Mm-hmm.
Reese in command is great, which makes me think, so here's an unhappy prediction, if you want one.
Okay.
Because Patrick was at Las Vegas, right? We saw Patrick.
Yes, we did not talk to him, but we saw him.
He was not recalled to end the season, whereas some of the other bridge crew were already up there. And so
wait, what happened?
So I know that so Michael and Doug, Sonequa and Doug were still up in Toronto filming this summer when we were in Las Vegas. They recalled the actress who played the Vulcan president.
Yeah.
Patrick wasn't recalled as Lieutenant Reese or Lieutenant Commander Reese now. But I believe like Emily and I can't think of her name, who plays Owo, were still up in Toronto.
Well,
filming.
Mary Wiseman was in Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there goes my theory then.
Yeah. I mean, they're probably just shooting on different schedules. I mean, we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I think there was some foreshadowing, though. I think that I think the president is
Wait, wasn't Anthony Rabb at Vegas?
On Sunday. Yeah, he was. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. No, you're good. All right, you're right. Never mind.
I'm like poking holes in your logic.
Yes, thank you so very much.
Of course, anytime.
But I think thinking about that though makes me think back to what the president said about her losing people, and I think that we're going to see.
Yes, I think she's gonna have to come to terms with that.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see some loss of some sort that will affect Michael. So I'm curious to see what that'll be. Hoping it's not someone that we love, but I think also that it could be someone that we really like, and could be. When I think of
it's been a while since we've had like a major death on the show, so
yeah, that's true. Yeah,
it's about time. Just saying.
Well, so we'll see. Yeah, I mean, but regular Star Trek isn't known for the death of main characters, so
No, but you never know with TV nowadays.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah,
Ever since Lost came into the picture, I feel that set like a new precedent for who you even see as regulars anymore.
Well, I mean, Game of Thrones did that as well, and
no, but Lost was the first one. Lost was the first one where you were like, there was like major characters dying like every few episodes. That really started this like whole serialized storytelling when no one was safe.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll see what happens. But I feel like that's a little bit of foreshadowing that we are going to see some sort of loss. I'm just curious who it will be.
Yeah.
And then I think that's pretty much it. I'm sure there's more we could talk about. It's been a while since we've talked about serious Star Trek, but
I need to take notes next time. There's a lot, actually.
Yeah. I think between having two shows to watch was a lot on top of, but now we're back to one.
But
so
two great good episodes of Star Trek. Hey.
Yeah, I know. A really strong week of Star Trek last week. So kudos for that. And now we're on to Discovery for a few weeks. And Saru comes back next week, so we'll get to see that. We've seen the teaser for that.
Oh yeah, we didn't even really talk about Saru. We
didn't. You're right.
Plotline on Kaminar. We didn't even talk about that.
Yeah, I mean the esteemed elder, I believe is called.
Esteemed elder.
Yep.
And I like that the Baku,
the Baul.
That's a Baku, or that's from
Insurrection.
Whatever.
Wrong show. Wrong movie.
Sorry. I like that they were part of the council.
Yes. Yeah. I do too.
So you see that they've moved past our differences.
Yep.
They still look creepy. They're still the shadowy people of it.
They are very creepy. I agree.
But, but they're they've reconciled apparently. Unified. So
in 1,000 years, yes.
But the whole underwater council scene that was cool. I even like the set, the design of it. And then Sakul, is that his name? Is that correct?
Sakal.
Yeah, Sakal. He was like, can you please leave? Can you just go live your life? I was like, yes.
Yeah, I thought that was I thought that was a nice that was a nice scene between Saru and Sakal.
Yeah.
I also thought it was really great the little idea that your home is not just...
Oh yeah, I really like that, where he was showing that it's not just the planet, but the galaxy or whatever, or the solar system in the galaxy. I like that.
Yeah, I thought that was really
and
really
that's
cool.
the wise Saru that I like, that I think we need.
Esteemed elder
that to balance Michael out.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. Yep. It'll be good to have him back on the bridge next week. And
no, it's so he's coming back onto Discovery.
He is, yes.
Because it's weird because he was never technically demoted. He was captain.
Nope. So the scene that they did release, the preview scene, does show him coming onto the bridge and oh, hi, Captain. And he's like, Saru, just call me Saru. And then Michael turns to him and said, how about Mr. Saru?
Did he?
He still has the captain.
He still has captain rank. I thought he was kind of on a leave of absence.
Yeah,
but he didn't resign, right?
No, he's on a leave. Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll find out. Other than that scene of when he came back onto the bridge, he's wearing the red command reds.
Yeah, I just think it would be weird for him to get demoted to commander or something.
I think he's either on as
my god
advisor or he's either on. Can you make a note of the time on that one? So I think Saru is back as kind of an advisor maybe, but I don't know. We'll find out. I mean, he still holds his rank. He does ask everyone to call him Saru. and Michael suggests Mr. Saru. So there's that, but we'll find out what kind of role he's going to play. I mean, obviously, it makes. I think it's very clear he's going to be the first officer, but since we really don't have that role defined.
No, I think he needs to be. It's just like more from a logistical perspective. You know, I'm kind of like, oh, does he just accept a demotion to do that? It's kind of weird. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, or yeah, I don't know. Well, I mean, also we're in the 32nd century, so who knows? I mean, maybe you could, I don't know.
I was like, so what?
Because I mean, technically, he was battlefield promoted, right? He wasn't. Like she really didn't have any right to give him the captaincy of the Discovery, just like he really didn't have any right to give her the captaincy of the Discovery technically.
Yes.
So there's a lot of like that, like there's a lot of protocol that was kind of kind of forgotten when they got to the 32nd century. Like, oh, we need to find Starfleet, and Starfleet will tell us what to do, even though we're 1,000 years behind.
Right.
So I think that there's that piece of it. Like they had no right to promote each other. They were both commanders. So it's not like.
Yeah, but they still let him stay the captain of the Discovery.
Yeah. I think
even if they got back to Starfleet.
Yeah, the admiral probably affirmed the rank.
Yeah, and Vance was working on him directly. I feel Vance recognized him as the captain of Discovery.
Yeah, so we'll just kind of see. So I mean, it's.
Speaking of Vance, sorry not to.
Extend
this podcast further. But we got like this really nice little scene with him and his family, and you can totally tell that. He did a really great job of just having a complete different demeanor. Like he was like much more smiley. He was happy.
Just much more chill.
Much more chill.
Yeah.
And it was nice. It was nice to see him kind of like happy, Yeah,
and he kind of let Burnham kind of fight it out with the president, have that little discussion, and he really didn't interject, which I thought was maddening and okay at the same time, I guess.
Well, he did say like she is the Federation president, like she doesn't need your permission to go on board your ship.
Yeah, which I don't know. Like, is that true? Like, I mean, they said it's true, but is that true? Like, could the Federation president just come onto any starship at any time and take command?
Well, it's kind of like is the Federation president technically the commander in chief?
I don't know.
It's like how the president of the U.S. is the commander in chief of all armed forces. And if it's like, I want to step onto a battleship, I don't think any of them would be like, no, bitch.
Yeah, true. I mean, I guess looking at it from that perspective, that makes sense. So, yes.
Yeah. It's like, it's the same thing. That's why I'm kind of like, if the president was like,
I guess I just thought of
decisions.
I guess I thought Starfleet was separate from the Federation, but it's not.
Yeah, it's the military arm. It's like the Navy or the military. It's like, but the president.
I did like that they're going to do more science. I thought that was a good thing, and I we talked a little bit. I think these experimental drives that they're trying to, review again, which, I think, I think that it's clear that the Federation got too big and to like Star Wars Senate-y, where there's thousands of voices and nothing gets done.
Yeah.
So I think it's nice to see them returning to exploration, but also, I don't know. I think these experimental drives are interesting, but
we'll see where that goes.
Yeah, I still, and I still really want to see another Starship bridge. I really hope that we get to see.
I hope so.
Some other bridge of a ship that's from that era, just to kind of see what we can from that, because all we've seen is the exteriors of these, and so that would be cool. But we'll have to see. I'm excited. I'm interested. I mean, the stakes are high. I like that. I like that. I'm really shocked that we lost Quajan, and
I didn't really feel anything, but
that's not new.
Yes, it was shocking.
So yeah, Discovery's back, and we've got 12 more episodes of it. So
very excited.
That'll get us through till Picard in February. Yay!
/ Prodigy coming back.
Sure. Yes.
Yeah, we'll
I almost think
now that
we've seen how they do arcs, these mini arcs, I'm wondering if it wouldn't be better to just watch the next 5 episodes of Prodigy all at once and then talk about them,
so we get less annoyed at some of the individual episodes.
Yes. So we'll see what happens, but yeah. I mean, they haven't officially said when Prodigy is coming back. I've not seen any.
Oh, I just saw the Wikipedia entry.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Cool. Yeah. All right.
Well, we should give a quick shout out to Fansets.
Yes.
So our sponsor of Deep Space Pride and the Trek Geeks Podcast Network is Fansets. And I talked excessively about the Wrath of Khan pin that I got last week in last week's horrible audio episode, but that will forever remain.
All right.
But yeah, definitely go over and check out Fansets. I know that they just promoted a huge bunch of DC pins, but they've got over 300 Star Trek pins. High quality. I can't wait to see what new stuff is coming out for this season. And actually, I just saw an Instagram post that they are going to have a Black Friday sale. So definitely go and check them out. Let me see. Our Black Friday sale is our biggest sale of the year, and we'll run through Cyber Monday. So details tomorrow. So, and tomorrow is Wednesday. So when this episode's gonna come out, hopefully. So head on over to Fansets. Put a bunch of pins into your cart. It's a great gift, quality gift for that Star Trek fan in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Except for Johnson. Don't get Johnson anything.
Please don't.
It nearly killed me to get him to put Mariner on his shelf where there's plenty of room. Boimler. Sorry, I have Mariner. You're right. Boimler on his shelf. So, yes, do not get Johnson any pins. But pick some up for your family and friends who are Star Trek fans. And if you put in the code DS Pride, you'll get 10% off your order, but I would highly recommend that you check out the Black Friday sale because you're probably going to get a better deal than that over the holiday weekend. So check that out. Check them out. Support them. They support us and the Trek Geeks Podcast Network. And we want to thank Fansets for being our exclusive sponsor of Deep Space Pride.
Thanks, Fansets. Cool.
So, Johnson, how do our wonderful listeners get in touch with us?
Yeah. We would love to hear from you. We would love to hear your opinions and thoughts when it comes to both Star Trek Prodigy and Star Trek Discovery. And we would also love to know where you were when Star Trek First Contact first came out 25 years ago. So if you want to reach out to us, we'd love to hear from you. You can reach out to us on Twitter and Instagram at Deep Space Pride. Or you can email us at deepspacepride@gmail.com.
Very good. Well, we'll be back next week with talking about Discovery, and we'll also get to talk about Coda maybe. Because you will finish Coda over.
I will have completed
the long weekend
reading. I will have finished reading. So, yes, we will get
just in time to start reading book 3, which comes out on Tuesday.
I understand.
So we'll talk about that. And next week's episode is called Anomaly. So this is the first time in Star Trek history where a title of an episode has been repeated without a part 2 or, 2 or 3 for unification.
Wait, what?
So yeah, the next week's episode is called Anomaly, and it's there's a Star Trek Enterprise. I think it's season 3 episode called Anomaly.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that, bitch. Oh, look at you. Will not be me. Okay, you are dying.
Sorry, I was coughing. I'm out of water and my throat is dry.
Well, we have been going at it for an hour and 41 minutes.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yes.
Wow. All right. Well, let's wrap this up. So anyway, we'll talk about Anomaly next week and Coda and who knows what else. What other Star Trek news will be reported, but over the weekend. But thanks everybody for listening to us ramble on about a lot of Star Trek.
Star Trek.
And we'll be back next week.
Cool.
And have a great Thanksgiving, everyone.
Yes. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. We're thankful for our listeners, all three of you.
Yes, we are thankful. Have a great week. Have a great weekend. Pick up some stuff at Fansets on this weekend. Support them. They're great. And we'll see you back here next week.
Bye, everyone.
Deep Space Pride is a production of Coconut Media Works. Executive producers Bill Smith and Dan Davidson. For more great Star Trek discussion, discover the other shows of the Trek Geeks Podcast Network at trekgeeks.com or find us in Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcast app.
Coconut.